Well, hey everybody.
It's freaking Gary!
Can you believe we have had Miss Mooreland for 2 years already?
Yes, I can.
So the following video is just what we have accomplished in the second year. It's just a review of some clips of what we did. There is a little bit of new drone footage in there.
There is?
Yeah, that I didn't put in the videos.
Oh.
So, because I forgot about it. So, I know. So, we're really excited. We hope you enjoy it. Thank you for joining us for this journey for the last 2 years. And
good thing you, sorry to interrupt your thing, but it's a good thing you said there's no new drone footage, because a lot of people, they've already seen everything, so they're like, it's a recap video. I ain't watching this puppy. So that's a tease. So we for sure there's something new in there. So you gotta watch the whole thing, because we don't know if it's gonna be at the end or not.
I don't know where I stuck it. It's just in the middle. I don't know.
That's what she looks like.
But yeah, let's step out of the way and
Year 2.
it's roof time.
Yep, it has been 2 years. Carrie put together this a recap video, and I couldn't believe that we did all this year. Well, I mean, we had temporarily fixed these holes. Those are holes in the roof.
Right. Just a reminder of what it looked like before we even started repairing this roof. There were holes and it rained inside.
That's 2 layers of roll roofing with some a coating put on top of it that didn't last for very long.
No, it didn't.
But there's lots of drops on the slate that lasted quite a while. They're still there.
They're still there. We had to peel all this junk off, and
this was done in the first year.
And then we tarped it. And
but that's just a recap of what it looked like. And
right.
This was this year.
Yeah. Frank had replaced that beam last year, and we closed in the hole where I'm pointing, where we climbed in and out. And this is us revealing it to finish this up, to get it done.
Yeah, pulling back the tarps and going, oh man, we still have to fix that and that and that and that.
All the holes, but that wood that we repaired all those holes with, we recycled from another part of the house.
That won't be seen.
No.
And Carrie finishing up the very, very last bits of the nice, beautiful roofing.
And all the layers.
Revealing that wonderful heart pine, tongue and groove, decking material.
It was pretty solid right there, but some of it was a little sketchy.
Oh yeah, there was some solid spots on the roof.
Yeah.
Some solid spots.
And this is us getting started.
I still find it hard to believe this was this year.
It was this year, yeah. It's amazing.
This is where we learned how to do torch down roofing.
Right. We got all the holes around the chimney fixed on this one, and then the underlayment, 2 types of underlayment you did, and got the drip edge on. So I was all excited because those holes were fixed, except right around the edge, which Frank was working on right then. So some of the torch down hangs over a little bit because we haven't finished the roof on that side. But I had been pulling nails and putting that metal over knot holes. And
hey, that's us.
Yeah, I forgot I was hiding by the chimney.
Oh yeah, there you are.
I kind of blend in with all the stuff. But we were getting that underlayment down.
So this must have been early June, May.
This was after camp, yeah. Or right before camp. It was May of last year. and we're doing an torch down underlayment here. The first full
This
roll.
is called base sheet.
The base sheet, yes. First full roll all the way across. We were kind of excited about that. And
all the safety equipment.
Yep.
Fire extinguisher.
And we had to take all this stuff down and bring it all back up every time, so it kind of got a little tangled up some, but
down the ladder because we had no more hole in the roof to go through.
Right. And then just another shot of us starting to cover everything back up, and that was just kind of a nice thing to see, getting all the holes done. And then Frank putting down
the first layer of cap sheet.
Yeah, in the torch. I was glad it wasn't any hotter up there when we were doing this. It was hot enough. And
well, you're always hot, baby.
Oh, well, thanks, baby. It was just really cool. I had never seen this stuff put down, and
me neither.
Yeah. There's a lot of firsts on this house, that's for sure. It's pretty cool watching it all go down.
And that torch works really good for getting rid of vines and weeds and stuff too.
Oh yeah.
We found that
Weed
out.
Weed control. Those edges were a little hard, but this was the very last little bit being torched down, and it was just exciting to see. And he would have to press all the way along. He pressed the edges to make sure that the tar would squeeze out the little tiny bead, just to make sure it was nice and sealed. And it was just so exciting, so it wouldn't rain up there anymore.
Yes, and those silicone gloves got really hot. Oh well.
Look, everybody, it's done. It's done. How exciting. Frank did an awesome job.
It only took a year to do a 4-day roofing job.
Only.
It's not going to leak anytime soon.
No, she's not.
That's a 40-year roof right there.
That is so exciting. It may be the same color, but
it doesn't have holes in it.
There's
and
no
the wood
holes.
doesn't have holes in it.
And we had so much prep work to do before we got to this point, but this is exciting. So this is a huge permanent fix for this house. Miss Mooreland is going to stay dry, and we are so happy that it's done. We are revisiting this dormer. We are taking a look at what we need to do.
It's a very daunting task. I mean, we have to take down all this stone, all these windows, all this brick, and have the house supported at the same time. So it makes us a little nervous. But this will be a couple days, I think, taking this down.
Yep.
And then we'll find out how many months it takes to put it back together.
We gotta do what we gotta do, Bobby.
Yeah.
Well, not gonna lie, this one is a little scary. This whole thing, that front and this front, need to come down. I mean,
Have to come down. Yeah.
that's broken right there. So I at least have to get down to there. And then inside, there's a brick pillar all the way up this side right here. So, I mean, we could fill this crack back in and put it back together, and it would last a while, but who knows how long it would last. And of course it wouldn't be done right. So we're a little scared on this one. No lie.
No lie.
Ah, the old story tapes.
Yeah.
I am so glad I did this.
It made putting it back up so much easier.
I mean, I thought about it at the time. I was like, I'm going to try this. And man, if I hadn't done this, there would have been spots where I went, what in the world's going on?
Really. And this is us starting to take the facade down.
So that's why those wound up in the attic.
Yeah.
Because it was a lot easier than putting them on the thing. What
Right.
happened? That's a lot of brick.
Yeah.
That's before you cleaned it.
And Frank went to the telehandler because it was safer because he stepped on the wall and it moved. So,
Oh, this is my little tiny man basket.
yeah, little.
Work platform.
Yeah. And starting to take that facade down.
Look at that safety harness.
Yeah, I know what happened.
See what happens when lime mortar is allowed to get wet?
It just crumbled.
Turns into sand.
Yeah, that brick columns. I commented to him going, that's real sturdy. Notice he's just picking those bricks up. They're not even interlocked. They just, this house stood, we didn't know.
I keep going. We did this year? That's crazy.
We did.
Wow.
We did.
All right. This is about as far as down we took the facade.
Mm-hmm.
We left the telehandler underneath part of it. This is isn't this where we're deciding
Whether
how far to go?
Yeah. We didn't know. We decided, trying to decide which brick was the last brick.
And here we are. I'm sitting here on that joist, and that floor joist just fell later.
Yeah, it did.
We didn't know that it was not there.
Right.
Appearance-wise, it looked like it was there.
And this is on the first floor and getting ready to
We're getting
prepare.
a base for the concrete
Yeah,
so we
there's-
can start going back up. We
Yeah.
didn't know at the time that we were going to pour 10,000 pounds of concrete in this wall.
No. But
3 pallets of 42 bags, 80 pounds. Oh, this was before the mixer got put together.
right.
Well, that's the mixer, the one in orange. We have an electric one later.
Yeah.
Well, it was in a box, but
We hadn't put it together yet.
it was quicker to just throw it in the mixing trough and do it.
And there's the openness of what we did. The footers, there we go, have been poured, and we're just curing, I guess. And now,
First concrete block stuff.
yeah, that
On the
was,
second floor, I decided not to go with concrete block. It was a lot of work. So we went with just a solid concrete pour, which we blew out once.
Yeah.
But this was, it was a good learning experience not to do concrete block on the next one.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, between the concrete block and the stone facade, we poured concrete in there.
And concrete through and through.
I mean, it looked kind of cool with the concrete block laced together like this, but it wasn't worth all the work. It was a lot easier to form up and pour concrete into it.
Exactly. There's Frank working with the block.
Yeah. It was
90 degrees.
It was a feat.
Yeah. And once we got up so far, Frank put up
the first part of the facade going back up. This was the easy part, I found out later, because these are rectangular and square stones.
Right. Not angles.
Not angles and
it went up
circles.
pretty quick.
I guess there were no circles.
But we got to the top of that column and the headers going back in.
Lintels.
And
it worked really well.
Yeah.
The beginning of the rubble course.
Yeah.
Rubble course.
No kidding.
We found out later that's what that's called. They just took whatever stones they had and shaped them where they needed to go, put them in, and we took a picture of it and redid it.
Yeah.
Sometimes it was harder than others.
Yeah. This is Frank dry fitting it, going, how in the world? Okay, I've got to fix that. But that floor joist that Frank was sitting on that just fell, this is us replacing that. We Shuggy Bond the ends and then oiled them, so they should be good. No bugs should get them for a while anyway.
Yeah. I can't see a termite going, that looks tasty.
Yeah. And
of course, they'll just go 6 inches in and
go.
But since we'll keep this dry,
yeah,
there won't be termites, right? Cross your fingers, right?
Yeah. And these are little pockets that this has to sit in, and as you can see, and there it is. So, and it slid right in there and
fit like a glove.
It did. So the only thing holding that radiator in place was the piping.
Oh, forming up the second floor pour.
Lots and lots of forms. It took us a day to get the forms in place, at least. But getting all the cracks filled and making sure it wasn't going to blow out anywhere.
Ah, there's the electric orange mixer.
We did a lot of mixing.
Well, concrete vibrator.
Yeah, this is that second floor pour.
Oh, the first production pour. Gallons and gallons of water.
Yeah.
Oh, man. I keep remembering this. We had to haul all that water.
We did, and we filled those with 5-gallon buckets.
And that sure made a difference, using the concrete vibrator and getting all the voids out. And
it looked
it looks like.
Oh, look, Frank pointing on the pillars or the post or whatever we decided to call those. I don't think we ever decided.
And without fanfare, look at that beautiful work platform. That made a huge difference, people.
Oh, yeah.
Unbelievable.
And there is Frank putting in the last stone of the column.
Yay.
That was a nice feat to get finished.
But then we had to figure out how to get those huge lintels up there.
Yeah. But it was just exciting for that. And that was the last easy, really, these columns. That was the last easy part. Concrete. More concrete.
And that was easier than the concrete block.
It was. And we had a slight blowout on this one, but we just strapped the post together, and that held it in for the second time, and it did well. And once that cured, look at that. There goes the lintels.
Carrie lifting that lintel all by herself.
Yeah, Bertha, she was worth her weight in gold, let me tell you.
I think that's the biggest stone
It was.
probably on the house.
It was. It was huge.
We guessed at 650, 700 pounds.
Yeah, that was before we had the scale, so.
Well, I don't know how we would have weighed this anyway. We would have had to somehow strap it up, but we got it up there. Pouring on the third floor.
Yeah.
Carrie mixed all this concrete.
Yeah.
Well, Frank put the concrete in the mixer, and
I added
Carrie
water.
added water, and then Frank
Put it in the wall. And starting on the facade of the brick.
look how solid that wall looks behind there. Beautiful concrete, and then the brick facade I'm sitting on.
Yeah. There's the brick back in place, and
Oh, brickwork.
lots and lots of brickwork. But that's all a facade because there's concrete in the middle. Look at that.
Yay, concrete.
Which meant we get to go back up with dormer.
Oh, that's getting close.
That's getting close.
Oh, our fake vinyl windows.
Yeah, we did put those in there.
And our Sam's Club tablecloth curtains.
Right, and there's the standouts and starting back up with the dormer. And the arch, that beautiful arch.
Frank's first stone arch. It sure helped to put that form in. I think they do that when they first do them anyway. I mean, I don't think I was a genius to figure that out.
Looks great.
But it worked. The beautiful carved stone.
Oh, that was exciting to get that in.
This was at the end of 2021,
October.
just before the temperatures got below freezing. So
Mhm.
just before the winter. And look at the patina. The pressure washer people, please look at the patina. You can't just grow that in a few years. That's 130 years.
Right.
We think it adds so much character.
It does.
And this is 2 months later,
Right.
once it started to get above freezing.
We couldn't do anything else until we got the brick behind that triangle finished. And we had a kerosene heater going on underneath as well. Just
Well, because it was cold. Even though it's not below freezing, it was still cold.
Miss Mooreland stays cold. She stays cold in the winter. But here Frank got as much of that brick done as he could from the inside. The rest of it he had to do on the outside.
What, about 4 more bricks?
Yeah. And then those great big long side stones, getting ready to take those up. Those were what, 450 pounds?
477, but I didn't really pay attention.
477, that's right. And it was exciting. This was when we had 4 stones left, and this one we were able to really get a nice shot of that davit crane just sliding it right in place, and that was pretty cool.
Carrie likes the way that big stone just goes right where it's supposed
it
to.
did, and it just slid home. I thought that was
And then
really
about
cool.
3 or 4 hours later, I finished it. The pedestal for the finial.
Yeah, we were so excited for that to go in. I figured out I could go to the top of the tower and film, so that was exciting. I had a better shot of it, but
I had the camera, so you used your cell phone.
yeah. And the finial.
Oh, Carrie,
I
you're supposed to use landscape mode in the cell phone videos.
I know, I forgot, but I was just so excited watching you put that finial up. And
Were you scared the first time it fell like that?
yeah, I was a little nervous, but
Well, we couldn't get it tall enough, so I had to kind of stretch it to try to get it up there. But
you got it.
we got it eventually.
And there it is.
That's what it looks like.
Oh, we were so happy for this project to be complete, but it just turned out beautiful, and the stones are all drying out.
Somebody needs to clean up some brick and mortar at the bottom there.
Yeah, and I could figure out where to put it. But the standouts, ready for the crown molding. Oh, it's nice to see it all back in place. All back in place. Good job, baby.
Yeah. I mean, it definitely was a good year. I can't believe that it was all this year.
It was.
I forgot we had done the roof and...
Yeah. We got a lot of big projects finished this year.
People say that they can see a face.
There is
in
kind
that.
of a face in there. It's pretty cool.
Oh. I forget about that carving on the chimney up there to the left.
Yeah, it's there. And just another shot of her.
Oh, the middle dormer that needs to come
Oh,
down.
yeah. Yeah, and a shot of the roof that we have finished. Some of the slate kind of fell, but that we had set on the chimney, but it's all good.
I think that shot kind of summarizes the whole year.
Yeah, it does.
I mean, there's the roof and the front, and what a beautiful house.
Oh, yeah.
More to come.
More to come. Thanks for joining us these last 2 years. And that's where she stands today.
What a pretty old gal.
Yeah.
What you doing, Amy? Did Alice get you a new toy? Do you like the new toy? You silly girl.